What's up, guys? Tim Halstead, the DragBoss Garage. Now here's a special edition. The Head Games 1971 Ford Maverick Super Stocker of Dr. Ron Racing. Now he races this in the Ozarks Super Shifters series, a bunch of other places. It's an awesome car. It's a 1971 Ford Maverick that was made into a race car in 1972. It was originally raced by Jerry Williams and then was later sold to Craig Smitherman. Now here's some awesome looking pictures from back in the day. You can see the way the paint scheme was back then and that hood scoop. But look at that classic Maverick stance. So it's been a race car all its life. Dr. Ron got it in 1995. But it's always been running a Boss 302 and a stick. There it is with Craig Smitherman. It's on the door. But I'm pretty sure that's Dr. Ron driving that car. And I think this picture is actually from 2014. So it's had some changes to the car. Yeah, what do you see underneath those carburetors? Look close. A sheet metal intake from 1988. Yeah, it works. So it came time for Dr. Ron to upgrade the car. So he put a little cash into it. It's a nice looking strong foundation in the rear end, Ford 9-inch that's braced. Here it is in the car. He installed all new tires and wheels, suspension, shocks, interior, I think. The way that looks, that's a mean Liberty clutchless 5-speed, I believe. He upgraded the car in all aspects. A lot of his tuning is done by Buck Brothers Racing. Now, Dr. Ron also loves to drive a stick car, and he was telling me how that's a nice custom crossmember that was made for it. That crossmember fits like a glove. Now, here's the centerpiece of the Head Games Maverick. An L. Parker Engines King Kong. 311 cubic inches of Boss 302. Iron heads, no port fillers. Makes 808 horsepower and 480 foot-pounds of torque. That is a motivator. In that 3,200-pound Maverick, right now, currently it's running 950s at about 140 with some clutch changes. Dr. Ron thinks he can get it down into the 930 to 940 range. Now, everybody comments about the Chevy symbols on the valve covers, but that's an L. Parker thing. Inside joke, I guess. Maybe Dr. Ron will expound on that. But he drives the Warlock Camaro. I believe that's also affiliated with Buck Brothers Racing. He's also a hired gun and has driven many other cars, including Ricky Smith's old Pro Stock car. Dr. Ron told me out of everything he's ever driven, he has affinity for the Head Games Maverick. And look at that. It's not a big tire car right there. It's pretty bad. And you drop that clutch at 9,500, you better have that suspension tuned in if you want to get wheel stands like that. He's always serious in competition. There's a look of determination right there. And a winner. Here's a key player to get Dr. Ron into the winner's circle. Gary Pearson, team manager for Dr. Ron Racing. Now let's listen to that King Kong Boss 311. Yeah, and check out his hero card, Head Games. Isn't it crazy a psychiatrist would name his car that? He's got some awesome artwork there, and that's from Dave Farron from Chicago. And Dr. Ron hooked me up, and he's working right now on my DragBoss Garage logo. and we're going to come up with some T-shirts. So thanks, Dr. Ron. Yeah, there's the look right before he puts his helmet on and drops a clutch at 9,500.
Up next over there in that left lane, we got Dr. Ron Burgess out of Ottawa, Iowa, the 71 Maverick Silver Sport Transmission Green Racing Engines. Rick Larson over here in the right lane. This thing was doing some wheel stands last night in the test.
There's another picture with the Head Games Maverick wheels up. It's looking awesome. That's before it even had the logo on it. But you got to love what it says on the back of the car. Real race cars have clutch pedals. And you got to admit, you can't beat a stick car leaving the line. What do you guys think about stick cars versus automatic cars? Leave it in the comments. That's Gary Pearson, who was a previous crew chief from 1995, who's now team manager. I believe that's David Grant, who's been with Dr. Ron Racing since 1998. He's a dedicated employee right there. Looks like he's doing a little adjustment on the Liberty. The assistant crew chief to Dr. Ron Racing is his brother Ryan. He does a lot to help Dr. Ron out. He's an accomplished pilot. Stay safe, Ryan. So I tell you, the Head Games Maverick will be back. Hopefully this coming spring. We'll find out from Dr. Ron. We'll get him on for a live chat. He also used to race the Dave Schaefer Pro Stock Mustang II. He has since sold it. We'll feature that car also. Currently getting restored by Doug Schmidt is a McEwen and Williams old Pro Stock Pinto. Stay tuned for that. Dr. Ron is also a founding member of Awareness Motorsports with Larry Puff. Larry's son, Aaron, is also heavily involved, and he has a YouTube channel. We'll see if we can hook up with him. But there it is. The 71 Head Games Ford Maverick of Dr. Ron Racing. Stay tuned at DragBoss Garage. We've got a lot more on the way.